Good morning, it's Bank Holiday Monday, bright and early, and I'm well into my long run, nearly coming up to 7.5 miles. I'm just up onto Greenham Common, and today marks the day of getting back to some structured running and hitting a plan which I've written myself leading up to my next race in October, which is a 52k trail race, which is called A Run With No Witty Name, which is quite a funny name. So my next month or so is going back to that structure, knowing what runs I'm doing, all set out to give me a bit of direction. So I wanted to kickstart it with a long run just to see where I'm at. I've not really ventured into double figures since my 100-mile race, so just kind of want to see where I'm at with that. So that's why I'm up bright and early on a Bank Holiday Monday. So I'm out on my long run, as I've said, and I've had quite a few questions from people about asking how do I fuel up and how do I hydrate before a long run. And this is by no means preaching how you should do it or how you shouldn't do it. I'm just kind of sharing with you what I do, and if you want to give it a go or tweak it to work out what works for you, then hopefully you'll find a good solution. So basically it's really simple. I am excuse me, I don't fuel up for a long run. I roll out of bed in the morning. I would have sorted all my kit the night before, and literally I'd have a glass of water, or sometimes I might squeeze some lemon juice into it just so it's got a bit of taste to it. And literally it's running kit on, hydration pack on, and out that front door and go off running. I obviously make sure I've eaten really well the day before a long run, so I've got lots of fuel in from the previous day. But as for eating before I go out running, I don't. I read some bits and pieces about running while fasted and the benefits to it. It works for some people, it doesn't work for others, but for me it seems to work, and it's more convenience really as well. I have to get my long runs in early in the morning because of work and my family and stuff, so I can't be getting up, eating and then waiting sort of hour and a half, 2 hours before I go out running, because then it eats my long runs eat into the day. So that's what I do. It's nice and simple, run fasted, and that's what works for me. Oh, so this run's turning into a bit of an obstacle course. Second tree down across the path, obviously with all that wind and rain we had yesterday. So over that safely, back on with the run. Oh, so I am just over 2.25 miles in, and I've nearly 16.5 miles. So again, people have asked, what do I use to fuel my runs during the run itself, and to hydrate myself. So again, it's been lots of experimenting, and it kind of depends what training run you're doing really and what you're training for. You might want to do what you're going to do within a race, practice what fuel you're going to take on board, etc. But my training lately has been about getting those long runs in, time on feet. So I've been sort of experimenting with lots of bits and pieces really. I use the SIS gels, I use the SIS flapjacks, which I'm getting down me now, and real food as well. I make my own energy balls. I sometimes just take a Mars bar, Snickers, something like that out, and generally I try to refuel every 45 minutes, especially with the gels, to making sure I take on water as well, and that's really it really. Try to stick to the gels on sort of quicker runs where you can just get them on board without really stopping, but for the longer runs where you're training for ultra marathons and stuff, you're going to be walking up the hills, hiking up the hills, so you can get real food on board. And I find it really difficult to run and eat solid food. I end up choking and stuff, which is never good. So I try to time it. Whoa, that's a train going past. I try to time it that I'm getting my real food on board when I'm hiking up a hill, so I'm always moving forward, making distance, getting close to that finish line, but getting fuel on board as well. So and that's for my hydration. Again, I experimented with loads of different things, put in SIS tablets in my bladder, putting squash in there, using flat coke, but good old water suited me best. I just didn't get on with anything else when I'm hydrating as I'm running. Water seems to do the trick, so I just plain water in my pack. It carries 1.5 litres, which normally lasts me for a long run. When it was hot, it was difficult. I needed a bit more, so a good tip which you can do is take a £5 note with you, stick it in your backpack. Obviously these new £5 notes, £10 notes don't get all wet and soggy and disintegrate, so if you can stop by or plan on your route to like a garage or a shop or something, you can pick up some more water. Or what I did when it was really hot, I planned my route so I could run back past my house, and I just had a couple of bottles of water there which I could take water on board, refuel quickly the bladder in my hydration pack, and off we go again. So it's a little bit sort of planning really, but normally 1.5 litres will do me fine on a cool day for my long runs. So that's how I hydrate and fuel during a long run. Again, there's loads of people do things differently. There's no wrong or right way to do it. Well, there probably is science ways, but you've just got to find out what suits you, do a bit of experimenting, listen to what other people have got to say, but don't just copy them for the sake of it. Find out what works for you. Right, I'll finish this up and get on with my run. See, even though I'm walking, taking a bit of a rest, getting some fuel on board, always moving forward, always getting closer to your destination. That's what I found on my 100-mile race. Always keep moving forward no matter what. Even if you're feeling crap, don't stop, just keep plodding on forward. You're getting closer and you will re-energise, you get a second boost, and then you're off again. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. Get this down me first day. So it's early Wednesday morning, one of them mornings where you wake up and you can hear the rain crashing down against the bedroom window, and you think, do I really want to get up and run? But hey, the hardest bit sometimes is getting your running kit on. So I've done that. I'm out the front door, just sheltering underneath the porch at the minute, getting ready to go. So Garmin's all synced, just coming up to 5:30. Let's do this. Run time. So as I said, today is Wednesday. I had yesterday as a rest day after Monday's run, which was a real pig of a run. The first half it went okay, the first 10 miles, but then guy just went downhill really. I don't know what was the matter with me. I don't know whether I wasn't feeling 100%, I was a bit tired, but anyway, it was one of them rubbish runs. So I managed to get through it, did the 20 miles which I wanted to do, and I managed to get a massive blister on one of my toes, and I haven't got blisters at all for months and months and months, wearing the same trainers, same socks. Don't know what went wrong, but there you go, it's just one of them things. So I put that run to bed, just took some positives out of it, that I battled through and got the miles done. I could have given up and headed home, but I didn't. So that's definitely a positive to come out of it. You build up that mental toughness to be able to get through those rubbish runs. So yes, rest day yesterday, and then back out this morning to a rainy Wednesday. So 8 miles planned today, just at a nice easy pace along the pavements. So we're going to head into Newbury, loop round the town and back, and hopefully that'll be my 8 miles done for the morning. And maybe this rain will stop at some point, but hey, once you get out, like most things, get warmed up, it's no bother. It's all good. So just hit 4 miles, so halfway through my run, and that blister that I got on Monday, which I told you about, is holding up all right. I put a plaster around it, and I'm wearing a pair of those. They're like gloves, but for your toes. So that's just another layer of protection between the toes to stop it running and stop it running on my mind, stop it rubbing and protect it a bit more. So it feels fine, there's no pain, so that's all good. So if you get a blister on your toe, those toe gloves are great to stop your toes rubbing together and prevent any more harm or protection. So my little tip for you. Oh, well, that's my 8 miles done this morning. Got thoroughly drenched at the beginning, and then wet through with sweat through wearing my waterproof, but hey, there's no real happy medium there. Right, back home for some breakfast. Overnight oats, which I prepared last night, which are in the fridge waiting for me. So back home and get stuck into them. Good morning, Thursday morning, up bright and early again. Just come up to 5:30, no rain, thank goodness. Looks like pretty clear sky, so might even get a nice sunrise. So 5 easy miles planned. Let's get running. So that's those 5 miles done. Nice, clear, crisp, fresh morning. Much nicer than yesterday, and the dark and the rain we had. But you always get those mixture of runs. So good to get those 5 miles done early on, and now back home for some breakfast. Good morning, it's Saturday morning, and I'm out for my long run today. Just coming up to 6:30, and 14 miles planned. I'm going to try and head up onto the trails for as much of the run as possible today. So getting off the pavements, more hills involved. So I'm looking forward to it. It's a beautiful, crisp, clear, fresh morning. So really nice to be out. So that's what I've got planned for today. nearly 5 miles in, and we've got to that time of year when you're running on the trails through the longer grass where your feet are drenched almost from the beginning with a really heavy dew. So literally my feet feel like I've run through a stream, sopping wet, but it's all part of it. Back to those winter running feelings and conditions, so it's good to get used to it now. Oh, good old hill this one. Gets the legs, gets the legs and the lungs going. Sometimes when you're out running, I think you just need to stop, especially when you're out in the trails, and just appreciate what's around you. It's not very often nowadays that you get proper peace and quiet, and that's why I come out for my runs sometimes, to get just that bit of peace and quiet. When you're rattling down the trails and your feet are stomping on the ground, you don't get that. But if you just stop every so often and appreciate that quiet before you're heading off again, bliss. So just hit 10 miles onto a bit of a road now, which is downhill, so just stretching the old legs, getting a bit of speed up down this hill. So nearly at 12 miles as I've just gone through that gate, so not long to go now. Probably just going to ramp the pace up a little bit, legs are feeling okay, and get myself home for some breakfast. Oh wow, there's 2 quick miles there just to take me up to 14, which I planned. 2 7-minute miles there, so really got the legs stretching. All the lungs are growing, so I've got about half a mile now just to cool down, get myself home. But been a great run, good workout, really happy with the way it's gone. So it is Sunday afternoon, and a real beauty of an afternoon. Sun's out, really warm, so finishing off the running week with just a steady 5 miles out onto the trails. Just slammed the chicken into the oven, so hopefully if I time it right, fingers crossed, I'll be back home showered and ready for that to be nicely done and ready for dinner. So that's the plan. Here we go. So that's my Sunday run done, just over 5 miles in the end, and it felt good. I thought my legs were going to be tired after yesterday's 14 miles, but they felt pretty fresh, and I felt like I could go on at that decent speed for longer. So a big confidence boost after having that pants run on Monday. So a good first training week when I've got back to a bit of structure to my runs. so very pleased with the way it's gone. So if you want to see more of this stuff, I'll try and vlog every single run I do and put it out to you. If you've enjoyed it, give it a thumbs up, and please do subscribe to see some more. So I best get in. I think my roast dinner will almost be ready. Laters.